Hey y'all, I'm doing a Minecraft Let's Play, and the reason that I'm doing this is a little bit because, well, I want to do YouTube. I think it would be fun. I think it'd be enjoyable. But I love Minecraft. It's my favorite game. It's probably the only game that gets me buzzing, that gets me in the feels, that gets me dopamine without boredom. And sometimes I get burned out. Sometimes I say enough's enough for the day. But I think that's the case with any game. So, I wanted to play more Minecraft, aside from the world that I currently play on, and I wanted to do something else that I also enjoy, talking. I love talking. I love doing the podcast type deal. Some of the conversations that I have with amigos of mine is amazing, truly. So, I want to start actually doing YouTube. Not full time. I don't think this will be my career. I don't even think that I want this to be my career. Because worrying about ads and worrying about whether or not I get enough views to be able to feed myself is terrifying. And we have a village right over there. Off the bat. That's awesome. I'm going to make a wall around that eventually. But I want to just talk to people. I want to get people on the channel and play a video game with them and interview them about, oh, what do you think about this topic? What do you think about that topic? You told me once in person about this. Tell me again, but in greater detail. Stuff like that, because, again, I love talking, and I love hearing other people's perspectives on things. I have my own perspective, you guys have your own perspective, but at the end of the day, mine and your perspective is not going to cover everything. Like, I will never know what it's like to be in a genuine fight. And I have some friends that do know what it's like. I have some friends that have done the certain illegal activities involving certain substances, and I haven't done those. I'm a bit of a goody two-shoes. So, I would love to just talk to them and try to understand what it's like. And, maybe drug addiction and illegal activities isn't, a solid hook for a new series, but, well, Breaking Bad took off. I don't see why my podcast couldn't either. Ba-da-da-da-ba-ba. So, that's the idea. I'm probably gonna have certain friends over first, and we're just gonna play a random funny game. Like my friend Richard wants to play Goat Simulator, and he actually wanted to do a podcast for some time as well. He's a huge fan of a fella called FPS Russia. I personally don't watch him, but he does. Richard's a bit of a redneck. I describe him as like the salt of the earth. Nothing is sacred with him. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but he doesn't have the same standards that holds him back from doing stuff. Which is both a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing if you're him, because that way you don't feel bad for anything. Unless, you actually scum somebody else over. But you don't feel bad for, like, just messing with people. But on the other hand, for the people that he's around that do have standards, well, it gets pretty annoying. It gets pretty, like, dude, stop. Which, oh well. It's a double-edged sword. You shouldn't have to, well, I'll finish my statement, then I'll correct it. You shouldn't have to change yourself for somebody else. And how I'm going to correct it is, you should have to change yourself for somebody else. Because you're not perfect. And that's just how it works. That's just how it is. You aren't perfect. So I have a couple of plans for the Minecraft world here. I've written them down on my Google Doc. And oh my god, is it like something else to go from like full netherite, god, chance, iron farms to just nothing again? So there's okay, I should probably, check in with the village. Looks like there's a blacksmith there. And after I rob the village blind of all of its goodies, I'm gonna dip. Because a village is nice. I spent a lot of time in my previous world just working on villages. And oh, nice. And you will quite literally not be able to tell. Just because I've ended up touring down many of those projects and just trying it again over and over again. And I'm going to use the insight and the knowledge from my previous world for this one. Because, well, that's what you do when you learn. You go back and look at your previous experiences, and you apply them to your current ones. You got spared. You also got Bambied. Come back when you're 15 years old and you can fight for yourself and avenge your mother's killer. You, however, don't get that option. I'm not very good at building in Minecraft, which is definitely something I want to get better at. But that's just kind of because I'm not very creative when it comes to art. When it comes to like words and songs and whatnot, and like more flashy stuff, yeah, I'm got it. But well, I ain't perfect. I can't do everything. I believe that there's some type of balance in the world. That like everything is balanced somehow. I can't explain it. I'm not religious, but it just has to be to me. Because there's no way that everybody. No. There's no way that we aren't. There's no way that there's. I don't know what I'm saying. I had an idea, but then I forgot it. Which has been happening to me a bit recently. Where, like, I just completely forget what it is I'm doing. And I stare at whatever task I'm doing for, like, a solid amount of time. Not, you know, for hours upon hours. I don't have Alzheimer's yet. But, well, I might be getting there. Another sword, another axe, another shovel, and I'll put a furnace down and I'll start cooking. And I'll make a bet, because I don't feel like dealing with the horrors of night. It's also on hard mode. It took me forever to realize that raids and pillagers don't give you totems unless you're on hard mode. I always thought that you had to like stack them, like stack the pillagers, stack the raids, but all that never worked. So I've also never played on hard mode, at least throughout. Normally it's just easy, because well that's aside from the totem of undying and getting like armor from enemies, there's not really that huge of a difference. Aside from, oh, this does more damage. Wowee. So in my previous world, the reason that I stopped doing that was because I was making an Enderman farm. In the end. And then I fell off. With shulkers full of my good stuff. And oh, no. And to just... Okay, so I quite literally lost, like, all of it. All of my goodies. I had put in, like, so many hours. Getting all those overpowered enchantments, getting all those fireworks, getting everything. And then I just fell in the end and I couldn't get it back. So I had two options then, because I had saved and quit as soon as I fell off, because I didn't have my elytra on. By the way, I had two elytras, both with mending and unbreaking. So option number one was to go into creative and fly out. Option number two was to just quit. At least that's what it was to me. I don't have coordinates on. I should probably write those down. When I sleep, I shall get out my phone and write them down. I'm getting out my phone and I will be writing them down. Because in my other world, which is a phrase I'm sure you'll hear a bunch of times, in my previous world I had no idea where spawn was for the longest time. And I just think it's a good idea to know where your spawn is. So, I'm excited. Because I love playing Minecraft. I really do. And there goes Bambi. I love playing Minecraft. And, again, it's one of the few games that makes me feel something. Which I can't really say about any other game. Like, obviously, I get the itch to play Batman, or I get the itch to play Cuphead. But I have about, like, 200 games on Steam, and most of them I find very boring. I love Dicey Dungeons. I always play Dicey Dungeons. I love playing Dicey Dungeons. I gotta turn on my coordinates. Dicey Dungeons is a fun one for me. And I think the only reason that it's fun is the aesthetic. Because it's a typical roguelike. It's not really anything like special gameplay-wise. But it's just how it presents itself that makes it nice. Is it in profile? No, it would be in video, right? Coordinates. I'm just dumb. I turned them on like once, and I've never taken them off. I don't think it'd be in subscriptions. I don't think it'd be in that either. Button size? Game. It was right there all along. Alright, that's our coordinates. Writing them down as we speak. And by saying that, I have stopped speaking. Isn't that ironic? Alright, off to explore. Aw, dude. Jungle. So, we've already seen like a dark oak forest and a jungle and a village. It took me forever to find a dark oak forest in my old world. So that's a nice change of pace. Bagok. What else do I got up my sleeve? Actually, that's a good segue. I want to get a tattoo. I'm 18 years old. I'm not quite like independent yet. I still live in my parents' house. I'm still working. And I have a lot of doubts about my future, which will probably take me a little bit to figure out. But one thing I do know that I want is to get a tattoo. And some melons. We already found melons. That's amazing. So I want to get a tattoo on my upper right arm. And I would motion to where it is, but you guys will not be able to see it. Lag, nice. You guys will not be able to see it because I don't like face cam. Because I don't think I look particularly attractive. But on my upper right arm, I want to get a Twix tattoo, like the candy bar. So I guess you could say I always have a Twix up my sleeve. Because that's all tattoos are to me. They're just props for comedy. And I think that's amazing. Because just imagine, somebody at a bar pulls that out on you. Yeah, either A, you want to slap them for being stupid. Or B, it's just like, come on, dude. I can't believe you would actually do something like that. Which, for me, it's a common reaction. Because I do quite a bit of as the cool kids would say, extra things. I'm so extra. I really hope I'm using that right. I'm not a cool kid. Well, maybe I am the coolest kid. And I'm so cool that I'm above their silly lingo and silly slang. Which is why I'm using the word silly, because that's what the cool kids say. Silly. I don't know what I want to build in. because I wouldn't mind building in the jungle. I think I want like to be near a mountain, because you can do some pretty cool stuff with mountains. Like, I would want to hollow out a mountain. That would be sick. A hollowed out mountain. Bamboo, that's good. Which inventory? Oh, I'm gonna have to settle down somewhere. There's a parrot. How many seeds is it gonna take for me to tame this parrot named Drake? Where'd he go? He's vanished. He is Harry Hootie. Never mind. He can just fly. Come here, young Padawan. Just land on the leaves. Land on the. Thank you. No, come on. Come on. Are you afraid of the ocelot? God, just. Jesus, you're fat. So it took me. This is Drake the parrot. I will forget his name by next episode, I assure you. It took me a long time to realize that parrots make sounds of like zombies and spiders. Swamp. No, it's a snow. Anyways, it took me forever to realize that. So I would just have them around my base and just think there's a zombie around, like in a cave or something below me. And I would dig around for like hours and never find anything. Until I realized, oh, it's the parrots. So it's almost 9, not in the afternoon, not at night, but in the morning. I go to work at 12, and I work in the fast food industry. And, well, it's pretty interesting. Because you know how, like, most modern fridges have ice machines? Well, the place I work at has a fry machine, which was absolutely mind-boggling to me. There's also, like, well, you never really leave high school. Okay, so I'm out of high school, but unless you have like a great place to work where everybody is friends, there's always so much drama and bullshit that could just be avoided by just not being angry. It's hard to say without like providing actual examples, because, well, I don't want to provide actual examples. When I did that last time, somebody that didn't like me got me fired. So I'm not going to provide more examples. I'm just going to talk more about the funny stuff. Normally I'm a pretty loud guy. I have quite the shining personality, you know, as seen by my very laid back and monotone. But normally it depends on my mood. Normally I am more upbeat and more hyperactive, more slinging out on the jokes. But at the place I work, I'm probably the quietest person there. Or at least I was for a time. I've opened up now. And it greatly does depend on my mood, how much I talk. But I just think it's interesting. Because I did try to change my personality. Because in my experience of being a class clown, you have a lot of people that like you, but not a lot of people that are your friends. And I wanted to change that. I didn't want to just have people like me. I wanted to have people that cared about me. And I had something stuck in, well, I still do, so now I sound even more broken up about it. But I had a lot of people that liked me, a lot of people that would like tune into my shenanigans. whatever they may be, whether they be fight night or I do something else. I had a lot of people that enjoyed watching me and enjoyed the jokes that I made and enjoyed this and that about me. But when it came to it, when I would ask, like, hey, you want to hang out? I would get lied to. Oh no, man, I'm busy. Okay, so can we hang out when you're not? No, I'm just always busy. Which, believe it or not, that's like a legitimate thing somebody had told me. It's, so, this would keep happening where I would try to like hang out with people, try to be people's friends, and, well, nothing changed. I would try and try and try, and then people would be like, "Ah, yeah, man, no." And so, naturally, I assumed it was my personality. Because again, people like me, but they don't want to be friends with me. Which is a fairly lonely existence. I'll be honest. I have friends now, but it took a while to get. It really did. And I'm grateful for my friends. I really am. It's nice to have people that care about you. And I think we found the area that we're gonna make a house in. With Minecraft making your starter home, it doesn't particularly matter. Never mind, there's a village over there. It does matter. Don't make one near a village. Because I made my home, or I made a village. I got like purified zombie village. There were so many iron golems, which you think wouldn't be a bad thing, but like one villager doesn't give you the right trades. At least this was to my understanding at the time. I don't think I know I'm wrong on this now, but when a villager doesn't give you the trades, those are like the only trades that they can give you. So what I would do is I would say, oh, well, I'm not getting mending from this villager. Instead, I'm getting books, like piercing one. I would just kill the villager. And every time I would try to kill the villager, there were like 5 iron golems constantly on my tail. Which, well, I died a couple of times. I'm not ashamed to admit it. But oh, okay. This is cool. This is an abandoned village. We're definitely gonna come back here one day and rebuild this village from the ground up. Oh, uh-oh. What have I gotten myself into? Alright, well. Okay. That was a bad idea. It's definitely time to settle down. I'll end this episode on like my starter house, and then I'll be productive. Ooh, a yellow bed. These guys must be upper class. What do I not care about? I don't care about that. Potatoes are very important, let me tell you. Let me just eat this, and then check to see if there are any carrots. I did it. Oh, there are carrots. These are important if they're like beetroots, and if I can find pumpkins, then I am set for all of my farming needs. There are beetroots. Ring-a-ding, baby. Ring-a-ding. I'm gonna stow away that. I don't need that anymore. All I need is the seeds. So now all I need to do is find pumpkins, and I'm pretty much set on all, like, the farming things. No, I need sugarcane. Sugarcane's important. I have bamboo, I have melons. It'd be sick to have, like, a lily pad farm. Because in my old world, well, normally for making farms, I wouldn't, my old world was, like, the first world that I actually tried to start getting stuff automated. I started watching a YouTuber named, I think it's like Etho, and he's like super good at redstone. And so I want to learn redstone for this world, because the stuff you can do with it is just amazing. You can, well, he just made farms that I didn't even think were possible. There's sugarcane. And I think this is the area that I want to make my, I'm thinking now, some like rivers. We got rivers, we got some bridges. Ooh, is that a swamp? That's a swamp. I want to build in a swamp. That's what I want to do. What you want to do doesn't matter to me. That pig was coming for me. I thought I was dead. I thought it had blood in its eyes. It had eaten meat and gone feral. It was a wild boar, ready to just come at me. That's a swamp, ladies and gentlemen. Ring-a-ding. I almost called them pineapples. My Hawaiian shirts have taken a toll on my mental health. Or more so, not really my mental health, but just like, okay. Whenever I see like a floral pattern, I subconsciously stare at it. I'm not joking. Like, I literally do just look on in awe until I realize that I'm staring at it. Also, just like, as displayed previously, I almost called the pumpkins pineapples. That's another thing. I've wired my brain only thinking Hawaii glitchy, which is not a good pun. I feel like I can make it a good pun if I put in effort, but it's not a good pun. Alright, I'm thinking over here. On this specific, wait, is that island over there? It kinda is. But I'm thinking this is where I'm gonna make the house. Oh wait, okay, so slimes are gonna spawn here. That's gonna be fun. Oh well. I suppose what we can do is we can just like not terraform at all and make like the entire building, just build the walls up. God, I hate you, parrot. I hate you. Did you just get hurt? So I think swamp is my personal favorite biome. I know it's kind of out there in terms of like why, but I enjoy it. I like the swamp. Um, huh. Well, I mean, okay. So I'm already thinking like my bed's just gonna go over here, right? I'm probably gonna have to expand this a bit, cause like that's dumb. No, I don't have to expand it. I'm dumb. Okay. I'm not very good at building. I'm not very creative, as I said earlier. Which one do I have? There we go. For Bedrock players playing on playing on controller, you gotta bind that key. It doesn't come predetermined. It doesn't come pre-bound. You have to bind the key, so you're able to. Well, oh no, not that. Pretty much just quick add, I think it's called. I actually don't know what it's called. So I'm gonna go 3 high. And I'm gonna mine this tree real quick. Because it's in my way. And I'm gonna make it 3 high. I'm gonna put the door right here, I guess. And right now I'm gonna sleep. Or more so, wait so I can sleep, because it's not my bedtime yet. Alright, back to my favorite part of the game. Not knowing how to build nice houses. Apples. I'll just put down the chest. Alright, we have a sapling. I will forever cherish that sapling until I forget about the bit, as is the case with everything in life. Absolutely everything. It'd be cool to have like a leaf house on this. Maybe I'll eventually. What I'll do is change out all of the wood with like oak wood, so no more planks, just oak, and then make the roof all leaves. I think that'd be cool. Barry, you need to chill the hell out. Yeah. I know there aren't any zombies around. Chillax, Max. Alright, this is my, this is the house so far. Hey, sit down. Yep. Never stand up again. Oh, wait. That did do a... So, next episode, we're probably just gonna keep going. We're gonna start mining. It's not much, but it's something. I want a lot of iron, because I enjoy the hoppers. I want a lot of iron for that. Because we can do some pretty snazzy things with iron. So my goals for tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but probably next week, or whenever I decide to play more Minecraft. My goal is just start with redstone. Start getting like redstone farms set up. Because I saw this melon farm and this pumpkin farm that was it like blew my mind. And I can guarantee that like when you guys see it, it's just going to be so like, oh, that blew his mind. That's what he's hyping up. It's going to be that kind of deal, but like, I was absolutely impressed. Which, it doesn't take much to get me impressed. At least when it comes to like redstone. Because the most amount of redstone that I know is quite literally button, door. And that's it. given, like, there's more to it. I know more than that. I've done some tinkering, but I'm not very good with it. I don't know the ins and outs, and I know for a fact that there will be many episodes in this series that take forever to really figure out. Alright. Now we just gotta make, like, 2 torches. And we're set for now. You know, 2 torches. I don't have my crafting table down. Nice. Yeah. It's in the process of being made. Well, we'll figure everything out eventually. I want a door out over here, because this is not a good area for a chest. And I guess a door out here? No, wait, it would have to be here. And then we're probably going to have, like, bridges connecting to, like, each area of land, which I think would be pretty cool. So, let me just set down a chest, put everything in that chest. As I am doing right now with the utmost of speed and amazingness. And I'll call it here. Thank you all for joining in to my Minecraft Let's Play, Episode 1. I hope you enjoyed, and I enjoyed this. I just hope you did too. See ya. Bye bye.